Things are looking really, really dire for DoorDash, and they are scrambling, trying to figure out what's going on right here on the Gig Grind Report.
Get grind report. Let's ride. Let's go. News from the streets. Now you already know. Click in to notice the gig life flow. Get grind report. Your daily show.
All right, guys, we're going to dive right into this with the DoorDash platform. But first, go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button down below. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for following on the journey. Let's get into it. All right, guys. Some of you guys may know I have a background in business. I have my MBA, and it's something that has always intrigued me to find out the why behind why businesses do things, why certain things happen at certain times, uh, and the why that I'm coming up with with the things that are happening on DoorDash is not good. It seems like they're just scrambling, trying to figure out what works, what's holding, how to grow more, you know, and it is just not working. And the stock prices are showing it. It is going insane. I just wanted to I didn't want to talk about this yet because I wanted to kind of back up and see what happens, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So it's time to talk about it. There's something that slipped by a lot of people in the news that I don't think a lot of people understood what just happened. uh, but I saw it, and then certain things happened in the gig space, and it really shed light on what's really going on in the world of DoorDash. Let's go into this article right here from CNBC News. Right here. DoorDash has biggest one-day drop ever as stock falls 17% on spending concerns. All right, this was November the 6th. I was wondering at this time, I was like, what's going on? So I did some research for the last couple months and came up with some stuff. Now you guys will see that here in a moment. Um, DoorDash stock plummeted 17% for its worst session ever as investors rejected the company's aggressive spending strategy. The food delivery platform said its plans to shell out several $100 million next year on new products initiatives like I can't ever say it, autonomous delivery and new global tech stack. These plans will improve its product globally, but it involve direct and opportunity costs. In short run, DoorDash said. Tony Yu defended the company's spending decisions during the earnings call with analysis and said DoorDash is running the business that it always has to solve problems for customers in the highest quality ways. I mean, that sounds perfect, right? Our track record in investing in the areas where we currently have operating, we suggest that we've had some success in repeating this playbook, and we're doing this now for future growth. Times have just changed a little bit. I see exactly what he's saying. He said we spent like crazy before and we grew, but times have changed now. People aren't using the apps as much as they once were. And we were talking about pre-COVID. He's talking about all the money he put in with the app and things like that. People are just not using these apps or like they used to use the app. So I think I understand his thought process there, but let's go a little further. In recent months, DoorDash has spent big money to open new markets and boost optionality for customers as it battles industry competitors such as Uber and worries mounds of a slowdown in consumer discretionary spending. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like they just don't have the funds like they used to. You know what I mean? This year, a California-based company purchased restaurant booking platform 7rooms for $1.2 billion and acquired British food delivery firm Deliveroo in a deal worth $3.9 billion. That's crazy. It's a lot of money. DoorDash also launched an autonomous delivery robot known as Dot in September, and new Dashmart services for retailers. Now, remember this. Remember this purchase in September of Dot. September. Just remember that. The length of breath in these investors will remain a key issue um, for the company's shares, wrote Wells Fargo analysis Ken Gawalski. In our view, this is one of the best operational management teams in the sector, and longer duration investors are likely to remain supportive through this period, he wrote. However, given inconsistent disclosure, we believe patience may be required. So, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of purchases happening. There's a lot of changes happening in the DoorDash space. And one of the biggest changes, I don't know how this slipped by a lot of people's you know, it just slipped past a lot of people. But back in um, September, something huge happened in DoorDash platform. Something absolutely monumental happened. Um, but this just happened today. And I'm showing this right here. All right, Westerfield Capital Management Company acquires shares of 368,152 DoorDash Inc. shares, which is insane. Ads. Hold on. Westerfield Capital Management Company purchased a new position in DoorDash during the second quarter, acquiring, according to the company in its most recent filing with the Security Exchange. The fund purchased 368,152 shares of the company stock, valued approximately $90 million. Westerfield Capital owned approximately 0.09 of DoorDash. This is the most recent filing with the Security Exchange Commission. Now, insider activity. In other news, Tony Yu sold 51,250 shares of DoorDash stock in a transaction that occurred Monday, September 15th. Dot released also in September. He sold 51,250 of his shares in the company that he believes in, worth $13 million. Following the transaction, the chief executive directly owned 1,500 shares now of the company stock, valued at $387,000. So he left himself with 1,500 shares. Tony Yu sold 51,250 shares back in September. That's 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago. And then rapidly, what started happening is the fall of DoorDash. We have insane numbers, 17% in a day. It was at 20% at one point. And I was like, holy crap, 20% is insane, right? But for the past, this is huge. Yeah, I don't know. It's just huge for the CEO to sell that much. But for the past 1 month at DoorDash, right here, let me show you. The stock is down 30% in the past 1 month, going to 182.98. I just checked this morning. This is brand new. It's going down 30% in the past 1 month, going down almost 79 shares, $79 a share, which is in freaking insane. But Tony Yu sold off a month and a half ago. All those shares before this plummets. I don't know, man. Things are weird. Things are weird. Now, of course, a lot of things are happening in the space. They definitely want to make sure DoorDash doesn't have this negative taste in everybody's mouth. And when you hear DoorDash, you think of all the lawsuits. I'm not even talking about the new kind of law. I'm talking about like past lawsuits of them stealing tips. If you guys remember that, I mean, I've been doing DoorDash for over 8 years, so I remember that whole issue with them stealing tips and all that happening back then. everybody has this negative taste in their mouth when it comes to the word DoorDash. So recently, I don't know if you guys know, DoorDash hosted a roundtable in San Francisco, California, where they brought creators and like really heavy drivers on the platform. Some of the drivers had 26,000 deliveries on the platform that were flown out, you know, flown out there, hotel stay, and they actually got to speak with Tony Yu and all while on this trip. It was a pretty cool event. If you check it out, check out Noble Hustle's channel, Marco, my boy. Check his channel out to see some of the things that they were talking about. He was one of the ones who was invited down. But the first thing that I thought of was, why? Why? After all these years, why are they showing interest in, you know, like, what do we think about what's supposed to happen on the platform? Because they're scrambling and scraping. The stocks are freaking falling, guys. At this time, that spot there was at 17%. Then I saw 20%. Now in the past month, it has dropped down 30%. DoorDash is has to do some serious changes. It may have to be in the CEO position if you think about it. I mean, if he's so set on spending the money like he's thinking about, it may have to be in the CEO position, which the new firm, Westfield Capital Management, may just make that decision because, you know, they're the new owners, you know what I mean, of the company. So it's kind of wild. There's a lot happening in the space, and I'm here for it. I love the changes. I love all the things that are just steadily changing in the space. I just love that kind of stuff, especially when it involves the business aspect of it and stock and prices and investing. This may be a perfect time. This actually may be a perfect time to buy the stock. You know, don't take this as advice at all. But this may be a perfect time to buy the stock because it's at one of the all-time lowest for sure. So, you know, if you think about this, if you let me know in the comments below, is what I'm trying to say, what you think about what's happening here with DoorDash. You know, if you haven't hit the like button, subscribe button, please do. I should have started the video off with that. Matter of fact, I'm about to do that at the beginning of this. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys for, you know, following along the journey here. This has been fun the past month and a half with this channel. It's been very fun. I really enjoy this channel. It's fun to just get up here and just chat with you guys, if you will. If you haven't already, watched the video about Uber Eats and delivering trees. Click the box right there. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I ain't lucky, I'm consistent. Every route in hand, commitment. When the world sleep, I still climb. 2 grinds, 1 man, they know the grind.